gentlemen, it is 11 o'clock and it's now time to announce the International Wine Challenge results for this year. Competitions are an extremely important part of the education process for consumers. There are literally thousands and thousands of different wines and thousands of different grapes to make those wines from. And 27 years ago, when this competition was launched, if you can remember that far back, you'll probably recall that you had the choice of red wine, white wine, and maybe a bit of champagne. You certainly wouldn't have known anything about Chardonnay, Pinot Grigio, to name but two of the thousands of grape varieties. So what's happened over the last 27 years is we've now reached 45 different countries in the world to bring the wines together, and we have over 400 judges, of which a large percentage are masters of wine. Think about it, there's only 270 odd masters of wine in the world, and we get about 10% of those come along to help us with the judging. And the object of the exercise is for them to be able to, over a period of 2.5 weeks, to select wines which they think are very good and worthy of note to the consumer. So when the consumer goes into a shop, they can look and they can see the fact that it's won an International Wine Challenge medal, and it can therefore, or he or she can therefore, experiment with an element of confidence. Now, I don't know very much about wine, but I know a little bit about the consumers. But here is somebody who knows a lot about wine, one of the founding fathers of the competition, Charles Metcalfe.
Thank you, Andrew. Ladies and gents, thank you very much for being here now. I don't want to go on for very long because I know that actually what you want to do is get to look at these results, go on to the go online to see who's got what. We've had a bigger and I think better competition we've ever had before. We had an addition by one to the ranks of our top co-chairman, joining Tim Atkin, Sam Harrop, myself, Derek Smedley. We had Oz Clarke, which is great because Oz and I go back all the way to university days. We've been comrades in wine for all those years, and he's been a great supporter of the challenge for all the time since we've been doing it, all the 27 years. We also had the very distinguished Spanish co-chairman, Victor de la Serna, who is arguably Spain's most important wine critic, and as it so happens, deputy editor of El Mundo, one of Spain's most serious newspapers. We've never had as many wines as we had this year before. We were up by something like 15% in the total number of wines submitted. And the other thing that I would really say is that we had a terrific actual increase in quality. We just didn't have as many bad wines sent to us, which is great, actually, because it means out there, either people have wised up and they realize that we don't give medals to bad wines, or the general standard of winemaking has raised. And whichever way it is, it's very good for us as a competition, for all you as members of the trade and commentators, and indeed for wine drinkers all out there who I hope will follow the recommendations we've come up with. There are lots of gold medals, lots of silver medals, lots of bronzes. I mean, do come and have a look at the results. That's why you're here. Slightly more gold medals than last year, not by much. It still represents 3-point-something% of the total. You know, so to get a gold medal, it has to be something really special. I mean, it really is difficult. There are not many that do that. We had more sakes than we've ever had this year. And that's great for us because that's becoming a competition within a competition. We get lots of judges from Japan, not as many this year because of our friends in Iceland and their volcano, but we had about half Japanese, half European judges, and they seem to be very happy with their results. So without further ado, please do come and have a look at these things. Our team are ready to open up the books to you, and in the name of Tim, myself, Derek, Oz, Victor, I'm afraid, couldn't be with us today. Sam's around somewhere, and I'm sure will be around during the day. I hope you enjoy looking at the results that your wines have got. Thank you very much for being here. I was away all last week. The results were sent to me by email. I couldn't open the attachment, so I don't actually know. All I can tell you is that France got the most gold medals, followed by Australia, followed by Portugal. Well, I mean, I've got a few names in front of me here. I've drawn at random. These are all gold medalists, and they're not ludicrously expensive wines. Asda Extra Special Australian Riesling, $7.99. Cooperative Leda Valley Sauvignon Blanc from Chile, $7.99. Marks and Spencer Moscatel Rosado from Spain, $5.99. Sainsbury's Taste of Difference Gavi from Italy, $6.99. And Waitrose Reserve Shiraz from Australia, $8.99. So they're none of them the kind. You think gold medal? Oh my goodness me! It must cost at least 20 quid. No, actually, those 5 wines are all under a tenner. The results are on our website today. It's www.internationalwinechallenge.com. Go and look.